What's going on, MSFers? Duelim here, and today we've got the blog for August 8th. Sweet Summer's child, and that's right, Rachel Summers is coming to the game already on August 14th, and I do plan on coring her. She looks very good. If you didn't see my video regarding talking about her and Azazel and how they're going to work in Cosmic Crucible solely only in Cosmic Crucible, then definitely check that out. But Rachel Summers makes Immortal X-Men a lot better, honestly. It's pretty impressive how good she is. So here's the battle plan for August 9th through August 15th. August 11th, we got Battle Pass. I'm presuming this is going to be for Franklin because he should be next in line. It doesn't say here, but yeah, I think it should be Franklin since we got Invisible Woman running right now. Broken King week 2, that's going to be obviously the Blastar event, all the stuff in the command center, Cosmic Raid, Fallen Dimension. That's right, Fallen Dimension, more gameplay. Good job, Scopely. Look at you. Good job. August 13th, we got Danger Room returning. I'm sure everybody's super stoked for that after how well the last one went. August 14th at 2 p.m., Rachel Summer becomes alive. And then August 15th, Mephisto Diamond price update goes live. So if you have not gotten Mephisto to 3 Diamond from that very, very cheap price because of that bug, make sure you get him there as quickly as possible because that is changing in a week. So it is definitely worth it to take him all the way to 3 Diamond because of this bugged amount, since it's only 6,000 for 3 Diamond. If you did miss it for some reason, I would only take him up to 2 Diamond. Do not bother with the 3rd Diamond at all. Now, the Broken King earned 200 Blastar Shards. Pretty easy. Start date August 11th. We're just spending campaign energy. This is a daily objective, so I'm assuming we'll just need to spend like 100 campaign energy a day. Nothing too crazy. Play Fantastic Force week 4. Also easy. That's the showcase. Play Crucible with Immortal X-Men. Also very, very easy. And play Fallen Dimension. We'll get down to Fallen Dimension a little bit later in the blog. It's rewarding gold as well in the White Rock meta item. And it's interesting. It says refill your gold supply. I don't know who's really struggling with gold. I haven't had an issue with gold in quite a while, and I'm not sure why. It's not like I'm like buying the passes or anything or like spending money on gold. But I don't know. I feel like gold hasn't really been an issue since they never put Gear Tier 20 in the supply store for gold, because that was the biggest thing, is when there was a new progression system, they would put it in the supply store, and the biggest thing was spending gold on it. But we didn't have that issue for Gear Tier 20, and I don't know if we're ever going to have that issue again, because it looks like all of the newest progression systems just going to go to the Intel store, Antimatter store, whatever it ends up getting called continuously. So it's interesting because gold is just not as high priority as it used to be. We do have some premium objectives, Blitz with Rachel Summers, and then premium rewards, Fantastic Force Diamond Orbs. Cosmic Raid, earn Fantastic Four MCU Diamond Orbs. So earn Allied Supply 9 Orbs, Battle in Raids, Raid with Thunderbolt, super easy. Rewards, Fantastic Diamond Orb Fragments, Armory Orb 20 Fragments. So that's the same thing we've been doing for quite a while now. Going on now, Knull Finale, earn Knull's 7th Red Star. Don't forget that you can earn Knull's 7th Red Star right now in the Knull Finale event. The event is open to all players regardless of the Yellow Star status of your Knull, and will also reward Antimatter. I really like this, that it's available to everyone regardless of your star level on Knull. I think that was a great addition to this event. I think that was very, very helpful. Make sure you check in the command center for your weekly objectives. Make sure you complete them to ensure you don't get left behind in the competition, because Knull is pretty awesome. Sure, we're going to have a diamond event for him soon. Can't wait for that. Rachel Summers arriving soon. That's right. We got the 675 core orbs. I am going to be coring her for sure. Again, I think she is very, very, very good. She'll be coming out next Thursday, I think, unless it was the 13th. I can't remember. It was the 14th, next Thursday. I could do calendars. But yeah, she comes out next Thursday, so she's going to be very, very good. She essentially turns Immortal X-Men into Infinity Watch, because they already spawn with Safeguard. They already spawn with Defense Up. Now they're spawning with Immunity. I have a hair in my mouth. I got it. Now they're spawning with Immunity. So they're essentially Infinity Watch on spawn. So if they go against any team that they're for some reason not going faster than, yeah, they're kind of solving that problem a little bit. They're also making it so you can't spawn with immunity for support and protectors as well, because Rachel Summers there. So she's bringing a lot of utility to the team. She's also bringing even more rewinds as well. And she's also spreading stun with her special and her ultimate, which is massive, 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 because I don't know if there's any other character in the game that spreads stun. If there is, let me know down in the comment section, because I said that in my last video when talking about her, and no one said anybody, and I really think she might be the first to spread stun, because Hela always does not spread stun, anything like that. So I'm curious to see if there's anybody else, because I'm 99% sure she's the only, which is pretty awesome. We got red stars, obviously. They're still doing the orb echoes as well, when you're getting the path 2 orbs, so the little pity system. I like that. Danger Room returns, and there are a lot of updates to Danger Room this time around, which is pretty nice. So it sounds like they listened to some of the feedback, which I agreed with some of the feedback, that some of it was just not okay. Like some of the boons not being able to show up unless you had a specific character, and it just didn't say that. Or the rental characters were super, super, super bad, and they figure out the reason why. So Fantastic Four MCU Danger Room is returning on August 13th. The Fantastic Four are flexing their power again in this roguelike game mode to rack up a high score. Is second, and come away with fun rewards. We've been monitoring the community's feedback in the last run, and we'll be making a few updates as well as fixing some errors. All right, and this Danger Room's only going to last 1 week as well, which makes me think it's going to be easier. And if this Danger Room is easier, then this confirms my theory that the difficulty of Danger Room depends on how long the event lasts. So I'm under the impression right now that Danger Room difficulty is solely based on how long the event is. So we had the 3-day one for the X-Men Danger Room, and that one was a joke. You literally beat it in 1 run. Then we had this Danger Room that lasts 2 weeks, and it's a lot harder, and I think they're trying to play with the difficulty a little bit as well. But this one lasting only a week, I'm expecting the difficulty to decrease a little bit, because the last Danger Room was very hard, and it did take a good amount of effort to get through. Interested to see how that's going to turn out. All right, so some of the fixes are reduced some of the starting mod cost. So that's going to be the elite tokens in the beginning. So I'm assuming they're going to be dropping the cost of like the exhaust one. They're going to be dropping the cost of the 10% speed one. Probably a good amount of all of them, honestly, because it only lasts 1 week, so you're going to have a lot less time to grind it out. We increased the rental power of characters at later difficulties to accommodate a bug where rentals were not receiving Stark Tech. And yeah, Stark Tech is something that we don't really think about that much anymore. So it makes sense why this was an oversight, because Stark Tech's kind of just become a baked in part of the game that no one really talks about unless you're super, super early game. So I guess the rental characters were not getting Stark Tech, which means they were so much lower than they should have been, which does make sense. Rental characters will count towards character specific mods. This is a big, big thing here that I really like this change, because when you were not able to get that the boon to make the highest damage enemy go from 99% health down to 1% health, or lose 99% health just because you didn't start with Franklin because you didn't have him unlocked, I thought that was dumb. I'm really glad they changed this. I thought that was not okay, so that's really great. Added more procedurally generated missions as well, more diversity of missions, and fewer Thanos endgame, super scrolls, which is great. I think this is really nice. This shows that they are listening and they did understand that like Thanos endgame absolutely rips in PvE content. Same thing with super scroll, because this team has nothing to stop turn meter unless you get the speeding ticket boon. So it does show that they're listening, which is nice. This is also because they pretty much have this formula that sets the missions for them procedurally, and they pull from what's used in the meta in War, what's used in the meta in Crucible, what's used in the meta in Arena, and then it procedurally generates those missions for them. But I like how they're saying, hey, you know what? These missions were too hard. We're changing them up a little bit, so that's great. This, I think, is going to contribute to the ease of this Danger Room compared to the last one, because I do agree. Some of those Thanos endgame nodes that had double Thanos endgame, double scrolls were kind of nutty. Only showing team-specific mod rewards if you have a corresponding character on that run. Example, only shows Fantastic Four mods if you have the Fantastic Four characters of or friend added to the run. So this is really nice. So you're not going to get boons that are showing up for Fantastic Four mods if you don't. It's only going to show them if you have a Fantastic Four one. So if you've got for example, you got a Crucible run going, right? And you're using a Cursed. It's not going to show you Fantastic Four unless you have like Silver Surfer, Doctor Doom, Franklin, Mr. Fantastic Thing, Human Torch, anything like that. That's awesome. So that means we're actually going to get 3 boons that are potentially all useful instead of just getting crap thrown at us because we don't have any Fantastic Four. So no, guess what? I don't want Silver Surfer to get extra stats and to heal everybody every time somebody gets a turn. I don't need that. So that's not worth it at all. We also have Azazel added to the list as well, and Azazel could be pretty interesting, putting out a massive rewind out there, slow, big hit right away. Could be interesting to have a little accursed run going, maybe like Azazel and Blade for the start off. I don't know what Azazel's cooldown is on his special. I think it's like a 3-turn cooldown, so that could be pretty good because that does hit all enemies, so a little bit of AoE on a 3-turn cooldown could be really, really good. I'm interested to see, especially him with the pact that allows you to gain energy on kill, because that's one of the starting mods for Accursed is if you get an energy on kill. So you might be able to just go between Azazel special and Blade ult and just always have their abilities up and just run through this really quickly. So Azazel may change it up a little bit, which is interesting. Then we've got Fallen Dimension coming back. That's right. Activate your Vigilante team and top skill characters for a special assignment. The return of the Fallen Dimension. Just like last time, your Vigilante team will lead the rest of your roster through a series of missions. They also have Fallen Dimension Omega is also returning, and this mission is for top commanders with an extremely powerful roster, which is great because we have Vigilante. They just became farmable, so this is going to really put that team to the test because, you know what? A lot of people are starting to get 6 red. A lot of people are starting to get those diamonds, which is great. I love to see this. More gameplay. Amazing. Requirements, you'll need a minimum of 5 characters for every node, except for node 6, which only allows 3 characters. There are no gear requirements, but we recommend having characters at a minimum of gear 17, 4 yellow, 3 red, and 5 green ISO. That's going to be for the regular version, not the Omega version. These are going to be the requirements here. And then the Omega requirements are going to be 5 Vigilante characters, which a good amount of everybody has, unless you're really a new player. But I think this is great. This is awesome. And then the extra rewards for this are going to be additional gold. So we're just getting a little bit more gold. I don't know why we're throwing gold everywhere because we're getting extra gold here. And then they talked about extra gold from that command center for week 2. So a little interesting. I'm kind of interested to see why we're getting so much gold and what the plan behind the scenes might be. But this opens up on August 11th. So in 3 days, that's what, on Monday? Monday. Yeah, Monday. So that'd be exciting. I wish it said how long it was available for, because I don't think it does. No, it doesn't look like it says it's available for a certain amount of time. I wish it said that. Hopefully it's a good amount of time so we have plenty of time to play it. But hey, man, more content. Nothing wrong with that. Very exciting. Reminder, currency conversion on August 13th. So all of your intel will be considered to shop credits from a 1 to 1.1 ratio on the 13th. This is going to be Wednesday. So make sure you are spending all of your intel. Do not let any of this convert over. It doesn't matter if you don't need gear 20 right now. It doesn't matter if you're stuck on gear 17, gear 18, whatever it is. Buy something from the store. Do not let it expire. Get Franklin Richards shards. Get something because Franklin Richards went to the Intel store, which I think was a mistake as well. But make sure you are buying something from the store. Do not let it convert over to shop credits because your value of Intel compared to shop credits is definitely not at this ratio that they have it at. So make sure you are spending that. We're also retiring converting game mode store currencies on August 13th. Conversion rates are as follows. So we have the Alliance credits, the Ultra credits, and the Battle World credits. So what I am planning on doing is I'm probably going to open up a lot of my Ultra credits for the orbs just to see if I can get any teams that are in there currently a little bit faster. Obviously, we have like Thunderbolts that are in there, which I'm not excited to get early, but I could end up maxing out my Vigilante a little bit early since the War Store is a terrible place for Silver Sable, and I've seen her, I think, 3 times since she got put in there. And then Daredevil, I think I've seen 5 times at most. Yeah, so yeah, I'm probably going to open up a bunch of my Ultra credits because I don't really need shop credits. I have like 22 million still, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is end up opening up a bunch of Ultra credits orbs to make sure I can get some characters at 7 maybe and get lucky. And yeah, next up, we've got changes to Stark Tech cost, all that kind of stuff. All these things are changing, and then the change to shop credits if you get duplicate character shards from a character you already have maxed out. We also have a new streak milestone, so Save the World is coming back. Everybody's been clamoring for it. I'm so excited for this gameplay. I don't know. Has returned to the form of a streak milestone, giving you bonus rewards daily for maintaining your login streak and spending campaign energy. Alongside resources, you'll earn a daily path to Azazel orb, which is cool. I think that's great. I think a daily path to orb for the newest character is pretty nice. I'll take it. And additional strike pass progress. Keep that streak alive and reap the rewards. This will begin on August 13th. So I think this is trying to cut down on campaign energy hoarding a little bit because this is giving somewhere to spend it. But campaign energy is not the issue right now. ISO is. I have like 21,000 ISO energy because we haven't had an ISO spending energy event in, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months. It's been quite a while. So yeah, keeping that streak token, the login streak as well, which is great. So nothing wrong with that. And extra path to orbs that are terrible, but maybe you get lucky and you're the anomaly. Nothing wrong with that, right? More Twitch drops as well. 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours. We get 10,000 antimatter, 200 L4 training materials, and we get some Madeline Pryor stuff as well. And we got the Friday free claim, 200 campaign energy, and 5 Mr. Fantastic MCU character shards. And that is going to be it for the blog. So a lot of stuff. We've got Danger Room coming back. We've got Fallen Dimension. We got Rachel Summers coming out next Thursday just before the Crucible event starts and just before Crucible starts, so it'll be interesting to see how she changes up things. We also have Knull's 7th Red Star. We've got so many things going on this week. Another exciting week. I will say, I have been very happy with the blogs lately. I don't look at the blog and go, oh man, this blog sucked this week. You remember those blogs back in the day where like every other blog, it seemed like every third blog was just like, wow, this was indeed some information. It's not a lot of information, but it's some. And it just kind of seemed like we had lackluster blogs. Seems like those days are kind of behind us. It seems like every blog has some pretty good information to it. We always have some new events starting as well, which is great. I think that's awesome. So kudos to Scopely. Keep it up. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.